It's all the news and it's all the time. It's lovely to have you back. And today we're looking at an interesting story. To be honest, I could not believe what I was reading. I know sometimes I look at stuff and I think, is it me? Is it me? Or is the whole world gone insane at this point and I'm the only person who can see what's going on? I know that sounds incredibly arrogant for me to say I'm the only person who can see the woods from the trees, but I mean, I've got to a point where I'm thinking, what the actual, what is going on here? All right, let's have a little look. Research suggests, this is from Stonewall, which is a big organisation in the UK, to do with gender and LGBT issues, really getting controversial at the moment. They become more and more controversial pretty much every month. But they're saying research suggests that children as young as two, bear that in mind, recognise their trans identity. Yet many nurseries and schools teach a binary understanding, the evil nurseries, of pre-assigned gender. Yeah, well, because that's logical. Research suggests children as young as 2 recognise their trans identity. LGBTQ inclusive and affirming education is crucial for the well-being of all young people. They're 2 years old. When I was 2, I wanted to be a lampshade. It's just ridiculous. Feminine boys, butch girls do not need affirming as anything under feminine boys and butch girls. Exactly so. Have you met any 2-year-olds? Exactly. I wanted to be a lampshade. I wanted to be a Triceratops. Let's hope not. Can we have a link to this so-called research? We'll have a look in a minute. What research are you referring to? Guesswork and suppositions, I'm no doubt. Screenshot. Let the children be children. Thank you, Anne. They don't need affirmation, just accept them. They do. Just leave them alone. Oh my God, stop, will you? Yeah, thank you, Molly. Age 2 for women's got age 2. You've lost your mind. Any organisation that pays you money for training or association needs to leave now. It's ridiculous. 2 years old. They just about know the name at 2. They do. Here we go. Here's some interesting research. Yes, age 2. This is where it says John Money. He says, suggested, that's a good word, children might have awareness of and attach some significance to gender as early as 18 months to 2 years. Lawrence Kohlberg argued that gender identity does not form until 3. So this guy and this guy are saying some stuff. Whether we believe him or not, Sebastian says no, insane. Wouldn't let my 2-year-old near you lot, that's for sure, says Sharon. Very wise. I still call her a girl because she's comfortable with that but. That's always the weasel word, isn't it? There is no but. Unequivocally, if possible, your child should be raised to be happy with who they are and their body as it is. Yeah, fantastic. So the general population in the comment section is not down for 2-year-olds or 4-year-olds changing gender. Let's have a look what Parsley says. Children are capable of making sound decisions for themselves. And here we have, meanwhile, children making sound and rational decisions as they do. Copper says, just leave the kids alone. Good, wise words, Copper. My child at 4 wanted to marry his best friend. Yeah, why not? And cried when I told him he couldn't. Are age limits on marriage discriminatory? Yes, they are. Both my boys wanted to marry me. Research and the word suggests they're doing some very heavy lifting here. This guy's got too many L's and too many I's, but I like what they're saying. Absolute nonsense. You've gone from rightly championing LGBT issues to becoming a front for trans ideology. Exactly so. They used to be a rational, reasonable and logical organisation. Now they've gone off the rails. They've gone somewhere. They're in the far hinterland of lunacy. My eldest is a 3-year-old, had 3 invisible friends. Do you mean the 2-year-olds who believe in Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny? Exactly so. I'm going to have a little look at this article because it's just crazy. It's just crazy. As Melly says, that which can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence, and that comes from Christopher Hitchens. The word suggests doesn't do it for Thomas, and I'm with him there. Stop being so silly. That's very polite. John is saying sex is observed and recorded at birth, not assigned. Nurseries teach a binary understanding of gender because it's a biological fact. Research suggests is just a weasel phrase. What on earth are they talking about? My son wanted to be a mermaid when he was 2. Luckily, I did not have his legs surgically connected because, surprise, surprise, he changed his mind. He's now 14, healthy teenage boy, probably playing football, running around, cycling and have a good time, and a strong sense of self. He's not a mermaid. I have a 2-year-old, he can just about say bubbles, so knock it off, says Bertha. And John Nichols is saying all the things that his 5-year-olds has identified as: dragon, nice, dinosaur, cat, police car, the actual car, a jet fighter, good choice, Vice Admiral Nelson. I was wondering why it's Vice Admiral. Obviously the Admiral wasn't as popular. A doctor, an alien princess, Crusader King, and a Viking. Well, I think you've got a lot of things to go through there. Stay with my children. Is that Shakespeare? I'm not sure who that guy is. Guy in a ruff. Could be Sir Walter Raleigh. She's not impressed. What have you got to say to detransitioners? You were expecting real world observation suggests children as young as 2 believe they are princesses, unicorns, and Spider-Man. They do. Yet many nurseries and schools teach that they're just children. The humanity of it. So let's have a little look at this quite frankly insane article from this Metro paper that's still maintaining the Pride colours. Even though it's not Pride Month anymore, they're making a statement that Pride is for life, not just for Christmas. My 4-year-old is gender non-conforming, says Anonymous. Wise. But her nursery doesn't respect that. Yes. My child's already learning from her teacher to doubt her thoughts, fear her mind, her very self, as you say. In the months before she started nursery, my 4-year-old daughter would often say she was a boy. It came unprompted, bubbling up from somewhere pure and certain inside her. Oh, really, was it? My husband and I took to asking whether she felt like a boy or a girl or neither, to let her know we were listening and keeping tabs on any progression either way. Right. Are you sure you're not pushing this onto her? You're not asking her questions like, "Hi, little Susie, do you think you're a boy today? Would you like to be a boy today? It's all right if you are. Don't worry, Mummy and Daddy are quite happy if you're a boy or a girl or a unicorn or a dragon." She went quiet for a moment, looking down at the bubbles deep in thought. Then she looked up again. You sure she wasn't looking at something else? With a confident smile, she confirmed, "I'm a boy today." Right. I marvel at how self-assured she already is. For as long as I can remember, I've struggled to assert myself with others, even my own family. I'm beyond relieved. She feels comfortable being herself around me and keeps growing all the more confident and adventurous for it. I kind of think this is projection. I kind of think you're actually talking to this child and saying things like, Mummy and Daddy would be happy if you're a girl. We'd be happy if you're a boy. Are you sure you're not a boy? I mean, it's all right if you are. So you're sort of pushing it onto her or him. Yeah, that's my opinion on this. Either way, what are they talking about here? So she's been going to school, and she's been attending for a few weeks, and said to me again she was a boy, right? And then she looked troubled and added that her teacher told her she's a girl. That's teachers for you. They got facts and stuff, that she's always a girl. The experience of being told that has lingered, following her into a home life where she has always felt safe and accepted. I suspect her teachers don't think she's old enough for gender non-conformity. I think you're very right there, my friend. Despite published research, well, some citations please, confirming that children as young as 2 or 3 recognise their gender and can identify their own transness. Wow, there's a statement. While my daughter's identity is still in its early formative stages, with you in the background, I'm worried. It's hard to know if I should act against the school or teachers because I can't fully know what happened in the first place. Right. Either way, the damage is done. She's been less likely to talk about her gender with us, and when she does, it's often to affirm her femininity. She looks like a girl, she talks like a girl, she thinks she's a girl because she's a girl. And you're just confusing it by saying, "Are you sure you're not a boy?" She'll talk about stereotypically girly things like princesses in a way that makes me feel like she's parroting things she knows girls are supposed to like, or just likes. So yeah, we've got more of this hardcore gender activism going on, and this is some topics, some comments from the Twitter world. What are they saying? You know what enforces binary exposure? Peddling the idea if you like pink, dolls and dancing, you're a girl. If you like blue, you like football, let kids be kids. Gender non-conforming behaviour in toddlers is nothing to do with LGBTQA+. When my sister was 2, she wanted to be a glove puppet. Stonewall have lost their effing minds. When my son was 2, there was a T-Rex. Research shows that organisations like Stonewall fabricate research to scare public bodies into giving them taxpayers' money, mentions Martin. Very interesting. Anyone else think like me that the Department for Education needs to rid themselves of stuff? Stonewall has been promoting a certain workplace culture, and organisations can pay Stonewall money, and then Stonewall will give them an audit and a set of rules to follow. And if they follow those rules, then they get a badge from Stonewall that they can put on their website saying that they are trans friendly, LGBT friendly, Stonewall approved, and so forth and such like. And it's not cheap. This is tens of thousands of pounds, if not more. So a lot of large organisations have been looking at this sort of issue and are asking, is it worth this? Do we want this? Do we want to be associated with this? Having this badge on our website isn't coming across as the greatest thing in terms of corporate social responsibility. So perhaps we should look at some facts from Gender Health Query topics. So why are so many females coming out as trans and non-binary in recent times? It seems it's not a linear line, which would be here, but it's going exponential. So there's a massive increase in girls identifying as trans. And that's 2015, 2016. So we seem to be getting this exponential curve. Referral rates of boys and girls to Tavistock Clinic, which is a gender dysmorphia clinic. Again, the line seems to be going exponential. Tavistock Clinic, overall increases in minors going to clinics, again going exponential. Everything seems to be increasing strongly, rapidly. Number of females identifying as transgender presenting to the Wellington Endocrine Service each year, and this is 2010, 2016. The line is going almost vertical at this point. It's just rocketing upwards. So why are we seeing such a massive increase? I'm sure the Stonewall group would say, well, it's just a greater acceptance and it's easier access, and this is a good thing, and more people are getting access to the services they need. However, some might say that it's a form of psychogenic illness known as mass hysteria, when a group of people manifest physical symptoms from imagined threats, and this is history has been littered with this. There was recently alleged cases of Tourette's syndrome. This one relates to Tourette's, but it's a mass psychogenic illness which is being spread by social media, in this case TikTok. In 2019, there was a slew of new Tourette's cases made its way into hospitals around the world. Oddly, these were occurring in children well over the age of 6, but this is beyond the age of typical onset of TikTok. But why were they suddenly presenting with tics from Tourette's? Why? Well, all of them, it seemed, had been watching Jan Zimmerman, a 23-year-old YouTuber from Germany who has Tourette's, and he has a channel called Gewitter im Kopf. Kopf means head, so something in head, and he documents his daily life with the condition. All of the patients who suddenly claimed to have tics were fans of his or similar channels on YouTube. So it's a time of social media hysteria, infection of viral ideas, rather than reality, in my personal opinion. Dancing plagues of the Middle Ages, the mad gases of Mattoon. So there's numerous events, but they're saying it's social diseases for a social media age, a point where society is putting these ideas into people's heads, and mothers and fathers are saying strange things to their children, and the children are taking on board these ideas, not externally, but are internalizing external issues. So these are my thoughts on the issue. Let me know what you think. If you found any of this interesting, press the little like button and subscribe. And let me know what you think in the comments. And I think that's all we need to talk about on this, but I'm sure this won't be the end of this. So okay, I will chat to you guys later.